Baidu is doubling down on AI, but it is a tough and highly competitive field. So how will Baidu compete against the greats? Let's go to Wired Editor-in-Chief Nick Thompson. He joins us from New York via Skype. Nick, welcome back. We know that AI research
Kristie.
is a crowded field. You know, you got Google, DeepMind, Facebook, OpenAI, IBM, Microsoft, etc. You know, Baidu may be big in China, but how does it compare with the global tech greats in terms of AI?
It's a little bit hard to tell because artificial intelligence operates in the background of more or less everything that all of these companies do right now, and it's hard to sort of lift up the hood and figure out exactly what it's doing at Baidu. What we do know is that they've made a huge investment. They've put tons of people on it, but they also don't have as many operational products that are selling that well as, for example, Google and Amazon do. So my instinct is that Baidu is running hard, but it's a little behind.
Yeah, and it's another stumbling block for Baidu is its chief scientist recently resigned. This is Andrew Ng. He resigned earlier this year, and he was the AI whiz, the Stanford computer scientist. He put AI for Baidu on the map. I mean, how big a loss is that for Baidu?
I think it's a big loss, right? When he was hired, it was a huge deal. And then he was giving interviews up until, I don't know, 2 weeks before his departure about all of his big plans. So there's something a little bit mysterious about why he left, what happened, and what's going on there. So I think that does actually look fairly bad for Baidu, but we'll know a lot more when the full story comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's just step back a little bit and talk about AI in general and consumers. Do we want AI? And we know companies from Baidu to Google to Facebook have been putting some big money into artificial intelligence, but do we want it? Do we need it?
Yeah, we absolutely want it. I mean, it is the new electricity. It is what is going to make our computers better at all of the things we want our computers to be better at. It is absolutely changing the way we talk to our computers. It is going to be behind self-driving cars. All of the great advances in computers will because of artificial intelligence. Now, there is a counter argument that a lot of jobs will there will be great economic disruption, there'll be great cultural disruption, but to the extent we want technological progress, which I think we do, we want artificial intelligence because that will be behind a lot of it.
Yeah, and it's already available at a very basic smartphone consumer level in the form of AI assistants. And there's so many out there, you know, with Amazon Alexa, with the Amazon Echo, Apple Siri, Google Now, Microsoft Cortana, Bixby with Samsung, etc. There's so many players. Not all these players are going to exist years on out, right?
No, many of them will not exist. I think, unfortunately, what will probably happen is what happens so frequently in technology, which is that the assistant field will head towards monopoly or a duopoly. And there'll be 1 or 2, or maybe if we're lucky, 3 assistants. It will not be that competitive a marketplace. Right now, Amazon is probably ahead. Amazon and Google certainly are the 2 companies that are ahead. We just had news this morning that it looks like Amazon will be adding a screen to their Home Assistant, which is probably a very useful way to convey certain kinds of information. So you have to hope that there will be a highly competitive marketplace. Lots of companies duking it out, offering different services. Probably, because of the way technology works, there'll just be a few.